Hi everyone, welcome to Grand Prix 4. We've got a wet qualifying here at Interlagos. Never got to drive this game in the wet back in the day. It absolutely killed my PC. I'll give it a go on our modern system as the McLaren mechanics give us the go ahead to get out. Of course, it's incredible to have rain effects back in the day at this time, 2002, 23 years ago. We're certainly blessed these days in games like Assetto Corsa with the work that Ilya has done with his rain effects in that, the way the water lashes across the screen. But this is all very rudimentary wet weather stuff, but it was way ahead of its time way back when. So we've got a fairly decent amount of rain coming down, which you can see on screen there, and the very rudimentary water droplets going across the visor. It's just a repeating pattern of the same drops, but again was amazing for 2002. Got spray coming off the cars. You can see different little rivers of water and puddles as we drive around. They're not simulated in terms of grip, of course, but they are there, and it all comes together to give you that sense that we are, driving in the rain, and there's obviously a lot less grip. And we tiptoe our way around, so don't expect to set any sort of mildly competitive lap time here. We are on the hardest difficulty, on the Ace setting, which is fairly okay for when it's dry. Simulates the real world lap times very, very closely. But in the wet, this is all very much brand new, so we'll just tiptoe our way around. We're okay once the aero kicks in and we're off and racing. It's just those low speed corners coming off the turn, and on the braking you'll be very careful. And look at the amount of detail in this circuit as well, just as we're going around. Grandstand shocker block full. All the advertising signage, it's the track's very, very much alive. And of course, again, back in the day, the animated crowds that wouldn't be able to turn that on would have again just killed the PC. Always, it's a love-hate corner, that turn 4. Even in the modern world, it's just so easy to get it wrong, but it's caused a lot more runoff these days. Back in the day, it was a lot of just track and then grass, which I actually love. Really wish they'd bring that back to a lot more circuits. Punish the drivers a bit more for any sort of little mistakes. I was so happy last week to get this running. I've had it on the machine for quite a while, but just got really frustrated with trying to get, especially the wheels and pedals set up. Always found that a little bit hard, but with a little bit of patience and a bit of Googling, I was able to find the information I needed. Still not totally confident with how everything's set up in terms of the pedal and the steering wheel, but it's certainly good enough. I've been binging, of course, Grand Prix 2 and Grand Prix 4 for the last week, as you would have seen on the channel. Just loving all the nostalgia. It's just such an immersive game. Even the plethora of setup options, you can just spend hours in there tinkering the car, which is incredible. Trying to stay off the curbs. Bit of short shifting. Certainly even on the modern system, losing a few frames compared to the dry weather stuff, but you still need a decent PC actually to run these modern versions of the old games. Amazingly, this one not as easy to get set up as Grand Prix 2. Of course, Hatcher did that fantastic mod for Grand Prix 2 a couple of weeks ago, which was showcased here, and as did a few other YouTubers. So that mod for Grand Prix 2 gets running in Windows natively, really easy to set up your controls. Grand Prix 4 a little bit harder, a bit more emulation required. with the old operating systems. There's probably 3 or 4 files you have to download to get it running, and you do it in a certain order and follow the directions like I finally did. And same with setting up the wheel and pedals. If you do it in a certain order like you're supposed to, don't get impatient like I have done in the past. It wasn't too difficult to set up again, to be honest. As we have a bit of a slider, so we'll go back into the cockpit. See how we're travelling. So we're currently 9th. The top time there's a 126.4, so a little bit of time to make up. We'll jump into this incredibly detailed car setup menu. I think what we'll do is we'll just look at the car, see how the plank's wearing out. Okay, so not too bad. So we've got our packers and our suspension just about right. Might add a little bit of wing just for that middle sector of the track. Alright, let's save that and we'll go for another run. Few buttons to click, a lot of button clicking unfortunately in and out of the menus, so got a couple of extra laps of fuel in. Doesn't tell you what tyres other guys are on too, so there are plenty of options for tyres. So we've got inters, wet, soft, wet, hard. I'll just go to wet, soft and wait for the mechanics to come out again. And we'll go for another run. We've got 6 laps to go, 12 laps of qualifying to get through. Until they changed it, they chopped and changed the qualifying system, of course, over the years, but this is the one they had for about 40 years. Getting 12 laps to do your qualifying run. Alright, so we'll go again. We'll try and set a decent lap time, hopefully. We're currently P9. We'll see you in a minute for the flying lap. Just enough fuel for one more lap. Pit wall very excited there. There we go guys, Grand Prix 4 in the wet. Fantastic, go check it out. I'll put the links to the website in the description below. As always, thanks very much for watching.